I actually like it. I actually think it's really neat. I but I am not. I don't think of myself primarily as an artist. I think of myself primarily as a person with a mission, and my mission has to do with communicating a message. And so when the technology shows up and the tools show up, I if I see something that I can do better because of it, then I would like to do that. Now, I think it's important to be honest about it. I think it's we've had some clients lately, after we talk and I give them a quote without it, then I can give them a quote with it, and people go, okay, for a fourth of the price, a fifth of the price, sometimes a tenth of the price, let's do it. And then the real issue, now this is just me. I want to hear what other people have to say about this. The real issue then is, my point is I want it to be good. And if you were to just put something in and say AI write it, it actually won't be good. So it's what I found is it's almost as difficult to write a good book with it as it is for me to write a good book without it. And I've also found that if you don't have a knack for writing and storytelling, you're probably not going to be able to use it well. Um, I am I imagine that if I was writing more fiction, I wouldn't want to use it as much, but because that's a little bit more, I don't know, that just different to me is how do I hit the heart? Um, then I want to find a way to write the best possible book I can write. And if we can get to a place where we're normalizing, hey, there's some tools with, then I'm somebody that's for that. Now, I know that there are ethical things about copyright, and we have to follow what's happening, with laws and things, and who's being sued for what. And so I think, that I think it's a very real problem that it was taking people's work without giving them credit. But I think when you're loading in, when everything is coming from what you've told it, I don't think it's a good idea to say, hey, write something. But I will edit almost everything with it because it's just so fast. I will use it as a writing assistant. I will say, what am I missing? I will say, what could I add? I will use it as a thinking partner, because I can get a lot further with it than without it, and to some really, really neat places that frankly are, I mean, the IP, like my IP with it is still completely unique because it's me thinking and talking to it. I would be careful about saying that it's either use AI or be creative. I mean, I had a client that he suffers from severe ADHD and genius. And he would drive everybody crazy by going down AI rabbit holes. But also, it was clear that it was creative. It was a prompt leading to 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 a prompt that like discovered the DNA. I mean, it was like it was it, if you go there and try to get it to do your work, then it'll probably stop your creativity. If you go there to dive, like you would maybe go to the library, it's like going to the library, but 100 times faster, in a way. Now, do we know everything we need to know about the dangers of this? No. Do we know, like, when when it's being wrong, like when it's incorrect? No. But when it comes to like I am a ghostwriter, which means people hire me to do their writing. And so to me, it's in the same category of hiring someone to do some of your writing. And so as a ghostwriter, I don't ever let anybody not tell people that they had a writing partner. Like, I don't want someone to pretend like they didn't need a partner. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with not having a knack for writing. It's hard. You all that have been trying this for a while, some of you are maybe you're natural at it, and some of us are not. And so we know it's hard. Writing books is really, really hard. And there are some structural things like that I can train an AI to help me make categories, to help me think. And so it can just, if you use it right, it can just speed up what you are capable of and deepen what you're capable of. I just think it's just best if we don't just don't pretend not to be doing it, and realize, like, learn how to know when you are now, like, when you're shortcutting. I mean, and I'll tell you what, AI is never going to write something very well if you're not very involved. Like, if you try to get it to write something and you're not involved, it's just going to be blah. And you can tell, right? Everybody, every post now on LinkedIn, every post on Facebook, it's got that those same patterns. It's like, I'm like, okay, that's AI. And if I want to know for sure, I'll go and I'll copy and paste it into an AIoriginality.com and or whatever it is, and check it for the likelihood that it's AI. And I just think you're hardly going to see anything that's not touched by it at some point. The point is that your creativity is in the driver's seat. And the second thing, and the more important thing for us, is the work of the Holy Spirit. I don't believe I believe in the sovereignty of God over all things. So yeah, God can be sovereign over what comes out of the AI. But at the same time, it's not like praying, sitting, waiting, and the unction. You don't fake the unction, and so, but I personally believe once I have the unction and once I have the prompting from God, we could philosophize all day. What is the Bible? It is the Spirit, is the word of the Spirit as was carried along through men. As a ghostwriter, if my goal is to try to capture the voice of my client and the message of my client and convey it in the best possible way, it matters very little if I have help from AI, like when it comes to it being their intellectual property. They already have a scribe. So there's a lot of things I think about, and everything I think about this subject is half-baked because we're learning every day. We're thinking of new problems every day about it. We're getting new ethical considerations every day. We're not even talking about the environment and data centers, and I know that some people are very, very concerned about that stuff. So yeah, I think what all of you need to know is that it's going to mean every year there are going to be twice as many books come out as the year before, because it's just so much easier for people to write books. Best books are not going to be written with it. Not primarily. Every book's probably going to it's probably going to touch it somewhere, like Grammarly does, or word processors. But as far as like what's actually going to make a good book, it's going to be a human connection that can't really be done by it. Some of the debates I listen to or discussions I listen to are AGI, like when do these things become people? what does it take for the AI to become people? And when I say people, I just mean something with an actual personality and an actual seat of emotions, or and everybody says we're a really, really, really long way from that. Um, it's weird and scary to think about and interesting. But I would say it's going to be really, really hard to produce a book without it, although not impossible. But also, the core of the book really has to be from your heart. It has to be human, or it's just not going to resonate. There's some kind of combination of ingredients that have to be there, you know. And also, it depends on what kind of book it is. We talk about ordinary content and non-ordinary content. The only way AI comes up with non-ordinary content, which is the lasting kind of content, the books that we need, um, is it just depends. It has a lot to do with how you're using it. It would have to be. It's not generating the ideas. You're generating the ideas. But again, to speed up the process of of learning and digging, you know, I think it's extremely valuable.